The bird just flew into the window outside. All right, let me get back on track. That was a little startling. I hope that thing's all right. Fewer clients, less money, better relationships, and more attention. And a bird just flew into the window outside. All right, let me get back on track. That was a little startling. I hope that thing's all right. Right now, we're in a tough situation, right? We've got a lot going on. There's a lot of uncertainty, and if you're a business owner, or if you're a client watching this, I want to let you guys know how we plan on approaching this. I want to let you guys know that clearly. I want to communicate a clear message so you guys have an understanding of what you can expect and what you shouldn't expect from us as we move into the rest of 2020 and hopefully in the next 30 to 60 to 90 days, move past this crazy situation that everyone has had to endure. Why is the name of the show Fewer Clients, Less Money, Better Relationships, and More Attention? Well, let me tell you, in 2008, during the economic collapse, Topline was born. That is when I started Topline. It was me and my buddy Alex, another friend Nick Olinger, and another buddy Tim Thompson at the time. We all started this business because we wanted to serve people and help people improve their lives. There was a lot of crap going on at the time, much like there is right now, different sort. A different thing, something that could have been controlled back in the day, and something that that the banks and the lenders allowed to happen. Whereas now, this is a worldwide thing, much like it was then, but it's affecting people, and it's something that no one, could have done too much about other than, like we did now, make the adjustment. So we started that business. Ends up, not too long after that, it was just me. So from about 2009 till now, about 11 years, it's just been me running Topline. And I did some key strategic things to get us to where we needed to go. Now remember, we started in 2008 during the recession. So people didn't have a lot of money. People were feeling pretty depressed at the time. It was a pretty low tone time to be in business, just to be around, to go walking around, the vibe in the gyms and this, that, and the other. And I knew deep down inside that I had a gift of making other people feel a certain way because of how I would present myself, my tone, my energy, the text messages I would send to people, the things I could do to people, get people to not focus on what was so bad, but to focus on what was good. And my business model always kind of centered around these things. And I didn't put it in this context when I first started, but I'll tell you how I came to this one later on. But fewer clients, less money, better relationships, and more attention. Those were all the concepts of what Topline would be about. It wasn't about training like some gyms. I'm not going to name drop gyms because all gyms have some good sides to them. But there are a lot of gyms out there that want to collect your membership, and they actually don't want you to come. They don't want you to get in shape. In fact, if all of their members were to come at the same time on the same day, the gym would implode. It wouldn't even be able to handle it. They want your recurring monthly membership. They want you to pay every month, and they don't want you to remember that they exist because they don't really want you to come in there and get in shape. No one really tracks you. When you walk in, the high turnover rate of the employees means that no one really knows your name. You just kind of walk in, and for some people that works. That is not what I wanted at Topline at all. I didn't want to be about saunas and carpet and chrome and TVs in the middle of the dumbbell area. I didn't want that. I wanted people to come in, get better, improve, know that people cared, know that people had a relationship with you, and you had a bunch of attention on you so that you could have the leadership you needed to make the hard life change that oftentimes falls on people's health. It's hard. It's not easy. So you need attention. You need help with that. I didn't want to have a million. I want to help as many people as I can, but I never wanted the quality to go down. So sometimes that would hold me back. A lot of times I made a lot less money because I wanted to have a better experience. I wanted people to get the results and have the attention that they deserved. I didn't want to just slam people in just for money. And any time where I would have that, almost that selfish thought process, you know, because there were times, and this is 11 years, there were times where I'm like, well, if I just did this and just slam people in, it'd be good. But really, the result with that is people didn't stick with it. People didn't, you know, stay in it because they didn't have the personal attention. They didn't have somebody texting them. They didn't have somebody communicating on them. They didn't have, if they missed 2 days, somebody's texting you, hey, where the heck have you been? And that's what top line's all about. That sounds like a pretty bad strategy for business, right? Less clients, less money, better relationships. Well, the thing I figured out later on is, and this is what we do at Top Line, and this is what we plan on doing as we move into the rest of 2020, is focus on our clients. Myself and the staff had a meeting every day this week talking about things like a new client roster that literally has everyone's goals on it, that literally has weekly check-ins on it, that we need to be grabbing coffee with our clients. We need to have monthly seminars where people can show up and learn more things about nutrition that would not only be open to our clients but the public. We need to have more resources. We've been creating books and downloads and free resources for people. We're shooting podcasts like this because we want to have better relationships and more attention on our customers, rather than the attention and the focus being on just the number of clients and just the amount of money that comes into the bank account. Because to be honest, which is crazy, if you do this, and you don't worry about this and this being so high, you end up with a ton of clients, you end up with a ton of money so that everyone on the staff can be fulfilled, and then you have money to do charitable things. You have money to go help out different causes. You actually have enough money to not worry about the money, like a lot of people are right now. You have enough money to not worry about the money so you can do cool things for people. So that you can do things like, you know, your members, you can buy them apparel. When apparel comes out, if somebody hit all their goals, you can go buy them 3 or 4 pieces of apparel. You can send that, you can get them a little gift card and give it to them. You can give back to your customers more, and you can do more to market and to get new people in because you genuinely want to help them. You'll be more fired up too. So in 2020, that's what we plan on doing for the rest of the year. And maybe at the end of 2019, maybe we were trying to shift towards that, and then all this happened and then it kind of went down, but we're not going to let this stop us from doing that. So client focus is our number one focus. And again, it comes down to these principles that I have behind us. Now, where did this come from? This came from Jerry Maguire, the best business movie ever. If you have not watched Jerry Maguire and you consider yourself an entrepreneur or somebody who is an intrapreneur in a company, you have not watched Jerry Maguire, I can't even take you seriously. If you're a business owner, if you want to be a business owner, if you want to be a success, I highly encourage you watch Jerry Maguire. And notice how, even though I'm talking about Jerry Maguire, it doesn't say show me the money, which is in there because it kind of shows you the stark contrast of what you don't want to be and what you do want to be. So go watch that film. Wonderful. Actually make you a better entrepreneur if you watch it. Now, oh yeah, I had that in there. I'm not going to go over what I had in there. Otherwise, I'm going to go too long, and Britt's going to be like, holy moly, you went too long again. Yeah, so again, we've had these meetings now every day this week to have clear communication, something I'm working on. And client focus is number one. And then arming them with the appropriate options and products and services that will suit them for their goal. So just taking us out of the equation. If I'm thinking about the customer, I'm just thinking, what do I want? What do I need? What's going to improve my life? And the number of things that we have right now that we're working on, I would say, is outrageous. But that's the way it's got to be. We're opening up the different products, the different services, the different times. And we're really excited about, so if you're watching this and you're thinking about joining Top Line or you are a part of Top Line, remember, we're going to be expanding during this time. We will not be contracting. I'm not hating on other business owners. I'm not disrespecting other business owners who were hit and caught off guard and they were unprepared. I was prepared for it. So we're going to be ready to rock and roll, whereas other companies will be doing a little bit of scrambling right now, and I'm sending my best wishes to them. That's not the thinning of the herd is not a good thing when it comes to this, but the opportunities and available products and services when we come out of this will be from the companies who truly love it. They're truly passionate about it, and they sacrificed a lot to put themselves in a position to push through this time. And I wanted to go into just the last couple of things. Again, this is a business. This is more of like a business concept, but I also would love for customers to be able to hear it, because most businesses and companies, their owner's not going to go on camera and tell you what they're thinking about doing. And I suggest everyone takes this concept and applies it to their business, but it's going to be different in each culture. The culture is going to be a reflection of me. The culture is going to be a reflection of who I am and what my character is like, and how that reflects to my staff, and then how that reflects to the customers, and how we as a culture and a community operate. So you can't copy that. So I'm never afraid of people copying this, but most people won't go on camera and tell you what they plan on doing or what they are doing or why they're doing it. So I think it's cool for you guys to get an insight into what we're doing. Now for me, I've looked at this as a perfect opportunity to reinvent the organization, to reinvent how we do things, to systemize some things, again, to work on some weaknesses I may have in some of the structure. I'm the type of guy who thinks like, if you tell someone and you give them an idea of what they need to do, they should be able to go execute it. Well, that is not how everybody works. So I need to be a little bit more detailed. I'm a guy who, like, if you could give me anything, I'd be like, I'll figure it out. I can do it. I'm an all things through Christ who strengthens me type of dude. We actually have a new apparel line where that will come out. So, but I just feel like I can do anything, but I know I'm also nuts. So I know that maybe some other people don't have that. So if I can help them out and reinvent some of those things and smooth out some of those rough edges that I have, it will affect our business, and then that will trickle into our clients. We'll be able to get things done a lot more efficiently. We're reinventing the business. We're reinventing some of the pricing structures are changing. Everything's changing, which I love. I love change. If you've ever been to Top Line, you know that I'll typically sell and get rid of all of our equipment one day. You'll come in, it'll be brand new one day, and 2 days later, I'll have sold it all. In fact, when you come back, we'll have a brand new layout. I've sold all the equipment. Everything will be gone. Everything new will be coming in. But I like change. I like to do things because life throws you curveballs and everything changes all the time, and it has in my life. So I want to be prepared for that mentally. Now, the last thing that I've got is this. When this all happened, I had a problem, right? I'm not going to come in here and use hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment by myself while all my customers are sitting at home with no equipment, no place to go. They're losing their sanity. They can't train. Their bodies are not feeling good. I could not come up here and be like, hey, check it out. I actually saw a video of The Rock, and he said, I'm not posting my workouts right now because I know a lot of people don't have access to gym equipment, and he didn't want to rub it in their face, which I thought was pretty cool, although he was shooting his videos in the gym. So, it kind of ruined the fact, and he's like, I just got done with my workout. But in any event, The Rock, that's what he does. So that was important to him. He had that. Maybe he doesn't have a movie theater and someone else does. So everybody has what they have. But the thing about it is I could not do that while everybody else needed something. But I needed it too. So out of my need and the pain that I had and the struggle I was going through of not having gym equipment, not having access to this, the first few days I was doing jumping jacks and push-ups and sit-ups and stuff that's good, and some body weight things. I love training, so by the third or fourth day of that, I was like, that's a wrap. I'm going to the gym, and within an hour, I have a full gym in my apartment. I have a squat rack, I have spotter arms, I have landmines, I have med balls, I have a rower, I have a bike, I have plate trees, I have easy bars, I have I have Theraguns, foam rollers. It's outrageous, right? And you'd think, well, this dude's rubbing it in. Well, my problem, my situation, my struggle led me to that day, not out of arrogance to start saying, well, look what I got and you guys don't have. I immediately went online and said, hey, check this out. Here's what I just did to solve my problem of equipment. I went online, I posted that on our Instagram account. I said, hey, we are making it accessible not only to our members, but if there's anyone else out there that needs something because they have a problem right now, they don't have access to equipment, they don't have access to their gym, they don't have access to the workouts because maybe they're not knowledgeable in that area of their life like myself. So we are not only going to do this, but we're going to send you workouts we're going to do. We made the survival, the quarantine survival kit that just had body weight ideas for people. We immediately went out and put the survival kit out there. We have people right now that have, from our gym, just the other day someone picked up, I think it was probably like an $8,000 strength kit, bench, highest end rack you could get, every accessory you could get, plates, machined plates like barbells. We're not just talking about like cheap barbells, we're talking about barbells that are about $350 a piece. Mats, but who cares? We needed to solve a problem. So all this pain, right? All this negativity that's going on, our pain, my pain, led me to figuring out a solution for other people. Because you know what? If you have a pain, chances are a lot of other people have a pain, and you can solve that. And for me, to be honest, as a young man who didn't have a father at a certain point, I needed relationships with people. I needed to have a connection with people. I needed not only I don't necessarily need attention, but I need that relationship. And this time away from people has shown me how valuable that truly is, and how much that means more than just entrepreneurial stuff and business stuff and anything that would be selfish. I just like people. I love people. I love being around people. I love helping people. I love hearing where people are every day at the end of the conversation that I have. So how are you guys mentally and physically? Or maybe I'll start in the conversations like that, because I want to know how people are, because I know that if you're mentally and physically feeling good, all of the other areas of your life will probably improve. So when we came up with the survival kits that we could send out, we sent out, I think, hundreds. And the whole gym's empty for the most part. There's still a couple things. I'm wondering why people are sleeping on some things. They should be picking it up. But people have like full gyms at their house, or maybe they picked up like 5 or 6 things, some bands, some med balls, kettlebells. But that all came out of a problem. That all came out of fear. I don't have any equipment. What am I going to do? I'm not feeling good about myself. I did this to help people keep their sanity because I needed it. So right now you're struggling. Right now you're going through a hard time. Right now your business might be struggling, or maybe you're just struggling in your relationship or personality or whatever it is that needs to improve. Your pain is the same thing someone else is going through. So try and use it to impact someone else's life. And that's what it's all about, because it's about the relationships. You have a good relationships, personal relationship, a lot of good things are going to come from it. Now, we had a question today on Instagram from Jackson Hill. He's one of our 7-on-7 athletes, freshman from Arrowhead High School. I said, hey, if you have a question for Brett, go ahead and ask it. His question was this: what's your why? Now, that's a question that Blake asked all of our 7-on-7 athletes, and he filled that out on his Instagram account, not only for himself, but for all the athletes, which I thought was really cool. Like, what's your why? What makes you do what you want to do? And I know I just kind of gave you a little hint, but people is why I do what I do. The first and foremost is kind of a twofold thing, is I feel like God gave me a lot of gifts, just like he gave you gifts. Yours are different than mine. Yours might be in basketball, or might be in sports, or might be in politics, or whatever it might be. It might be in just, maybe you sell candles online. You know what I mean? That shout outs to Jen. Maybe you are like my mom. My mom is just like the most encouraging person. She just doesn't have a mean bone in her body. She just wants to encourage people and be there for people who are in a time of need, which I think she got from my grandfather. Whatever that character trait is that you have, it's your job, as God gave you that gift, to give the gift back to God and use it. So when I'm at my most happy, when I'm feeling my best, I'm using my God-given gifts and abilities and talents, or even provisions. If God gives me money, if you know me at all, you know that I will spend the money on things that benefit everyone way before I spend the money on myself. So I may work hard, and money's kind of that gauge in business, right? Like happy clients, successful clients, and then you're going to have a lot of money that comes in. But I will always spend money that helps other people out, that helps the broader, it's more beneficence type thing. I want everyone to benefit from what I have, because I don't feel like it is mine. I feel like God gave it to me. And it's my job to be able to go multiply that and help other people with it, not just have a big house and a movie theater and a gym and then have, crap for everything. My job is to expand so I can help more people. And the other why is, I think people need love, and I think people need leadership more than anything. I know it sounds weird, maybe it sounds deep coming from some strength and conditioning coach, some lifter guy, but I think more than anything, people need love and people need leadership. And if you can give people love and you can give people leadership, I don't think you'll ever go to bed sad or upset that you're not doing something good with your life. So when I'm living on purpose, which is to achieve those two things, living for God and what he gave me and using his gifts and abilities and loving people and leading people, I feel great. If I slip from that, like I do, like you do, like everyone does, I go to bed and I'm upset with myself. So I think my why is just living with intentionality and living with a purpose and living with a passion and knowing what those things are. once you know who you are, and then you match your life and you match your career and you match your inner circle to those things that you know are your purpose, you don't really have days where you're upset and mad that you're not doing the right thing. You'll have bad days and challenging days like we're in right now. But I think that those days will be a lot easier to stomach and handle if you're living by your purpose. So Jackson, great question. For anybody out there who's wondering what you got to do in this time, I think everybody can take away, even if you're not a business owner, work on your relationships. Give attention to some people. Give attention to those areas in your life that you know need improving, and good things will come out of it. You'll earn more money if you're not focused on the money. Isn't it crazy? Like if you want a relationship and you're like, I really want a relationship. I really want a relationship. I really want it. You'll take almost anything that comes to you. It's the old theory. Never go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Have you ever done it? Have you ever done it? You go to the grocery store when you're hungry and you're tapping in the cookies. Like I had Zoe the other day, she was at the grocery store and I'm like, I need some delicious cookies. It's been a rough couple of weeks. I need some cookies. If you're really hungry, I was hungry when I said I didn't just eat. If I just ate, I would have been okay. So if you're looking for something really hard, you're probably never going to get it. If you're looking for a relationship and that's all you're doing, you're not going to get it. If you work on yourself and you know what you want from somebody else, all of a sudden relationships will come to you. It'd be nice to make some money in the business to be able to do more and expand more. But if I'm focused on my relationships and I'm focused on the attention, and I have some clients that really know that I actually care about them, like we had a guy who was just up here grabbing equipment, he knows that we care. He's up here, he's like coming in grabbing. I'm like, yeah, dude, just take care of it. That's like several grand worth of gear. He's like, oh, I got you. But he knows that we care. So when you do that stuff, good things come. And that's what the show is all about today. And I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. And if you hated it, I don't know what else we can do for you. Maybe you're just a little pessimistic, but at the end of the day, that is the game plan for Top Line, and that is our goal. Fewer clients. We don't need to steal money from everybody. I don't think there's anything wrong with charging and being a valuable product and service, but the focus isn't on the money. The focus is on our customers and our relationships, and that's where we're going. And by the way, we have new apparel coming out. So the new apparel is going to be pretty sick. There's going to be some weird things in there, so you'll have to read the descriptions of why they're in there. And I think that'll be cool. And we're going to make money off of you guys when you buy it. So we're excited about it. I'm just messing with you guys. But hey, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Share this, like it, whatever it is. We'll catch you guys later.